Hello, my honeys. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle, and I'm going live. I'm going live tonight. It's a timeless reading, but it's a Friday evening, so we're going to see who joins us. But this live is going to be about just some regular midnight tea, but we're going to ask Spirit to focus it on your next relationship. Now, no, it's a collective message, but we are going to dive deep. Like, I decided I wanted to ask a few questions about this next relationship. So, we're going to have 4 groups, and we're going to ask like a little bit about a description about this person. So, a little bit about them, maybe how they see you, and then maybe something around how you meet, and then also something around how you'll connect. Maybe something a little bit about the first time you all talk to each other. Like your first date. Do people still go on dates? Yes, I think they do. So like something around your first date, your first conversation. And then we're going to ask about maybe a past life connection if you all have one, or if it kind of feels like that. Maybe even a challenge or two that you all might experience, and then some ancestral guidance. We're just going to kind of go with the flow of it all. But we'll give people a few moments to get in here. If you are here, let me know if you can hear me okay. And yeah, this is how we're going to keep it going. Let me put myself, eventually I'm going to put myself in the box. But I hope you all are doing well. And yeah, stop through and say hello. I'm going to start to put myself into the box here. How are you, my honeys? So yeah, this midnight tea is the 4th one that we're doing. And this midnight tea is going to be on your next relationship. So we're going to kind of just leave it a little open. I will have some things. Hey, Jazz Effect. Okay, cool. You can hear me well. Great. So we're going to do your next relationship. And if you already have a relationship, I don't know. This is probably for single people. Or unless you want another relationship. I don't know. I'm not in your business, but yeah. So we're going to do another midnight tea. We have 4 groups, and I have a few decks out here. We're going to kind of just tune in to Spirit to see which deck we want to use. But I have a past life deck. I have the Sufi Tarot. I have the Angels and Ancestors Tarot. I have the Archetypes. So we're ready to go. We have a few different groups here. So let me go to group number 1. And feel free to say hi in the chat if you want to. I made up some questions, you all, but we could see if other people have other questions they want me to ask about this next relationship. I will. If you all don't know, just giving people a little time to get in here, I have a website, and on that website you can order personal readings. So it's below, blackdoveoracle.com. And if you want to ever reach out to me, say you want to do a collaboration, if you're another reader on here, I would love to collaborate. I'll probably start reaching out to people myself, but if you want to, you like my vibe or something, blackdovedreamer@gmail.com. And just lastly, if you all wouldn't mind, if you resonate with something, even just during the readings, I would love if you take a moment to like or comment or even subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. And yeah, why don't we go and get started with group number 1. So you all, what we do with these midnight teas is we just kind of tune in to Spirit, and I will ask, I've done my prayers, I've kind of cleansed all the decks, And so I'm asking Spirit, first of all, group number one. You know what I did do before? And I don't know, you all give me your comments about this, but I have 3 flower essences that I was going to have represent the different groups. Now, the only thing about these flower essences are there are psychedelic flower essences. I mean, they're not illegal. They're flower essences, so they're not the actual thing. But for group number one, we're going to have psilocybin. I don't think you all can see the label. Anyway, this is mushroom. This is mushroom essence. And it's made by this special company called Solar Flora. So this is mushroom essence for group number one. For group number two, we're going to do vine essence. I don't know if I could say the word Aya essence. So Aya essence. And then for group number three, we have cactus essence, cactus medicine. So if you know those 3 medicines, because I'm not sure what the rules are around that, then these are flower essences. So I kind of did like a channeling of these different medicines. And so for group number one, the mushroom medicine, Spirit said to mention that mushroom medicine, if you know anything about fungi, that there's something called a mycelium network. And this mycelium network is where the fungi connect with the roots of different trees and different plants in the forests, and they create this network where they communicate. So trees actually tell each other, hey, there's a fire coming, or hey, I need more water over here, or we need more nitrogen over here. So something about that Spirit said in terms of your next relationship, because I want to tie it into that. Spirit was saying that there's going to be a very deep connection for group number one in your relationship. A deep connection where you all maybe even communicate. I'm hearing telepathically. There's a way in which you both feel very interconnected. It may be one of those cases where in this relationship, when you both are kind of at work, you'll kind of just briefly have your that person crosses your mind and you get a text from them or you get a call from them. And there's going to be like little connections in this relationship that Spirit is saying it's kind of like a mycelium network. And Spirit said too that there's going to be something about this relationship. This is just channeled messages from Spirit before we get started. Spirit said there's going to be something very intelligent about your next person. They're very emotionally in tune. This is someone who really likes being in nature and they respect nature. You would never see this person, Spirit's even saying now, you would never see this person like littering or doing anything that would disrupt nature. This person might even like animals a lot. Like, so they may have a couple of dogs or a cat and a dog, or they may not have pets, but they just really love animals. And lastly, I think that Spirit is saying for this relationship, for group number one, you both are going to feel like there's just this beautiful rhythm between the both of you, a beautiful kind of reciprocity that happens in this relationship, one where you're not constantly asking for your needs to be met. It's almost as if you both can intuit that a little bit for each other. And even in those moments where you can't, Spirit is saying there's such a deep connection that either you would ask your partner or your partner would ask you, hey, is something wrong? Do you need something? Like they could tune into you and you can tune into them. So that was just some of the channeled messages that Spirit kind of provided before we get into the reading. So yeah, if you have any comments, let me know, but we're going to get into who they are. And Spirit is starting us out. They're saying to start us out on the Angels and Ancestors deck. So who is this next relationship? Yeah, look at that. You all, you see, This is someone who's very in tune with nature. We have the animal guardian here. Someone who is very instinctual. But again, you see how there's different kinds of animals around them. They are very much like a nature-based person. They love animals. So I don't know if they have something that they do professionally with animals. We'll see. But Spirit is saying this person could even have really beautiful, like big, dark brown eyes. Spirit is showing like dark brown eyes, but almost like they match their hair. Like they're very kind of, how do I want to say, their looks seem very much like they match, like with the earth. Oh, your birth just started singing randomly too. See? Yeah. So group number 1, this person is very nature based. You might even go in nature with this person. I have to say this is kind of me too. It's like, I'm one of those people, like when you go hiking with them and they're like the ranger or somebody who lives around there is like, oh yeah, there's mountain lions here, but we never see them. But when you go hiking with me, it's like, we're going to see one. I've had that happen several times. Like people are like, oh yeah, we have wild boar here, but don't worry, we never see them. You go hiking with me, we're going to see them. So, I mean, I think this person is kind of like that. They draw in animal energy, regardless of their gender. They even have a connection with like, because the bee is kind of like a divine feminine symbol. So like in the ancient, even early societies based their organization of their governments on beehives. So this person knows a lot of like facts about animals and insects, and they'll probably teach you a whole bunch of random stuff. But this person too is someone who's very community oriented. They believe in taking care of people in their community. They may support people. I'm hearing because of the bee and the nutrients and the substance, they may do something. They may volunteer when it comes to like feeding people in the community, like Spirit is even saying like Meals on Wheels or something like that, where you go and you feed the elders. This person is very community oriented as well. But I get, Spirit is even saying they think of animals as part of their community too. Yeah. And if it's reminding you this is reminding you of yourself. You're very closely aligned. Spirit also says that this person has there's something very like much of a seer about them, spiritual. They could even be psychic themselves. And again, there's something about them having more dark hair and dark eyes. There's something there about that person. Yeah, and there's snakes too. So there's something here about this person being very in tune. And that attunement is also nature-based attunement. One more card, Spirit says. Yeah, I think this person can be pretty spontaneous, wild. I mean, this is the kind of person, they're not rigid. They're not really into a lot of conservative stuff. When they're out, I mean, this is a person who spontaneously dances, sings. I don't know why Spirit is saying they hop around. Like this is someone you're going to feel very alive with. They're very alive. Like this is not someone who's stuffy. This is someone who's alive even in their body. Spirit is showing someone who's very energetic. Let me tell you a little bit about how they may see you or what about you attracts them. That you're their companion. Really, this is going to be someone who knows right away when they meet you that they're your person. Yeah. And there's something here about even just for a few of you, there it may be like a same-sex thing, but if it's not same sex, they feel very aligned with you. I mean, you're going to be that couple that kind of looks alike, and it's going to be funny because people are going to be like, like you all could be totally different cultures, but you all will have something that makes you both look alike, or people feel like you both are alike. You're so aligned that way that after a while, you know how couples start to look alike after a while? I mean, I think your friends are going to probably start to joke that you guys dress alike, like the same colors, and you probably won't even notice it at first, but you both start wearing the same colors. I don't know why Spirit's like buying the same jacket. I don't know. But I think what else this person likes about you is that your relationship to money is healthy. I think they've had to deal with a lot of relationships where people weren't as generous, in relationship. And I think when they encounter you, group number one, they feel like you don't let money have power over you. You use money to enjoy it. You're not one of these people who's like, we've got to save, we've got to clip coupons. I mean, I know there's a time and place maybe for some of those things, but they're never going to feel like they're broke with you. Even if you both don't always have a lot of money, they're never going to feel like it's you both are suffering. This person feels like somehow, some way, you're always able to find something where you both can enjoy it. And this person likes that about you, like the way that you're generous and the way that you all can enjoy sometimes just each other. Like it doesn't always have to be about spending money and going out and expensive dinners. It's just how you both are present with each other. Lastly, I think this person is going to see you as a queen, but also as a really generous, beautiful leader. I think you both have shared values, group number one, when it comes to the community. Some of you may even be leaders, maybe in your work that you do, or even in the community work you do, if you do community work or you volunteer. They see you as someone that a lot of people admire and respect. And so that will attract them. Spirit is saying to look at the bottom. Yeah, they also like the way that you think, the way that you put things together. They like your mind. Spirit is giving me the picture of a couple that does puzzles together, or you both, I don't know, trivia. I mean, there may be something around trivia or puzzles. Like they like to see where your mind goes. And so they may like to put you in a lot of situations, maybe even things that you don't normally do. They're like, I want to tap in more to group number one's mind. So let's talk about how you both will connect. How will you both connect? How will you both meet each other at group number one? It sounds like a beautiful relationship. Well, you both are going to meet each other. I think this is the devil in reverse. You both are going to meet each other. I think when you meet each other, there's going to be a little bit of a I don't know if you're going to be attracted to this person at first. I think it's going to be, I'm not saying that you don't think they're attractive. I'm going to say, I don't think you are going to be looking at this person at first as someone who's going to end up being your partner. And let's ask Spirit why. Because you will be coming out of you're doing some kind of healing over something, most likely another relationship. So if you have finished healing from that now, that would be this 10 of Swords in reverse. Like you're doing a lot of work relationship wise. You may just not be thinking about your next relationship when you meet this person, even though I think you've been through some significant healing when you get ready to meet this person. If it isn't you, it's them. So take it where it resonates. But someone would have been doing some significant healing over a past betrayal. So if it's not you, it's them. And they're coming out of it, though. It's not something that they're currently in. Yeah. Spirit would say that this is also could be around their finances. So if it isn't a relationship they're healing from, they may have been healing from something that was really hard on them financially. They might have had a financial setback. And Spirit is also saying for some small group, this is both. So if they went through a divorce, they might have lost some money in that divorce, or they might have took a financial hit in that divorce. So that's for someone. But there is an attraction here. This is King of Wands. So when you meet this person, it's not that you don't think they're attractive. I just don't think you know they're for you. Spirit's like, maybe this person is really attractive. Because King of Wands, Queen of Wands, because it's Malika. Queen of Wands these two can be very attractive. And they can also seem like they are permanent bachelors or bachelorettes. You know what I mean? They also kind of carry that energy of not feeling like they're the kind of people who are usually in partnerships. They're kind of the single king and queen of the suit. So they kind of carry an energy of being very good looking, charismatic. And maybe when you meet this person, queen, bottom of the deck, you're like, no, I'm so like not ready for that energy. 5 of Cups. You're like, nah, I can only see this person breaking my heart, or vice versa. They're thinking this about you. So take it where it resonates, because we're doing kind of a relationship thing. They may think, or you may think, nah, this person's kind of a player. Like I think it's not going to be your type. I don't know why, but you're going to see this person and you're going to be like, oh, they're good looking, but usually you wouldn't touch this. I don't know why I'm hearing this, because I'm sure everyone is very attractive, but I think when you see this person, you're going to think, or they see you, someone's going to think someone's a little bit out of their league. And I don't really think that way, but I'm saying sometimes people do. Maybe I would think that way if I saw some kind of celebrity. I'd be like, yeah. We all know what I'm talking about. But there's going to be a feeling of like, not really considering this person. Let's go to, I dropped one of the cards. Okay, it's okay, because I was just putting that back. Let's go to a past life you both may have shared. Let's see if there's a past life that you both may have shared. Spirit said, yeah. In a past life, you both, in a past life, either you or this person was a high priestess. And that's kind of what I was getting at the beginning. Like in a past life, you both shared some kind of psychic connection, some kind of spiritual connection. This person could have been an astrologer. You could have been an astrologer. Have you all seen these past life cards? They're pretty cool. And it just says that during this time, you both had a connection. You both met during a war in the past, it says. Very interesting. And it says one of you died by poison. Okay. I know these cards are kind of cool. This could have been a relationship that was either polyamorous or, could have been polyamorous relationship back in the day. What else? I think the lesson of your past relationship, it's saying, was one about discernment, like choosing each other. Let's see how that comes out as we go further into the reading. So, group number 1, what is your first date going to be like? What's your first date going to be like? What's your first, what is this first date? It says engagement. I think this is going to be a first date where you all hit it off pretty well, very rapidly. It might be one of those dates where you grow close pretty quickly. Like the conversation is there, the connection is there. There's not any real awkward silences. Even if there are silences, they aren't awkward. Spirit is saying here that either one or both of you will start to feel like, wow, is this my person? Like, I mean, it starts to feel very easy in one sense. There's a sense here for one of you in this connection will know this is your person. Just from this one date, you will know this is your person. I don't know. I'm not getting the sense that both of you do, but one person really knows. It might be. One person might be a little, I'm feeling the energy. One person might be a little bit more resistant or slower to open up to this connection. It's not that you don't feel it. If it's you or them, it's not that they don't feel it. It's just that it goes quickly. Look at that, soulmate. I mean, I really do feel like group number 1, that both of you will feel something kind of somatically about this person, because it's like engagement and soulmate. So it's not, I think this connection is pretty intense feeling wise. I think you both really resonate with each other quite deeply. Says getting to know each other. I think this is also a connection. Spirit is saying that you both may pull back at one point because it's moving so quickly. Because you feel like getting to know each other, it's almost as if you already know each other. Maybe you start finishing each other's sentences. Maybe you're like I said, it's almost like they're on your mind. They call, they text, vice versa. It's very, I don't know. In some ways, I think the person that wants it to go slow starts to wonder, am I being love bombed? Like, I mean, it's really that quick that you both get to know each other. So let's ask more information about this relationship. What is the ancestors saying about this? Yeah, this is not, 5 of Swords is in reverse. This is not someone who's here to kind of play games. You know, this is not someone who's here to just date you for sport. This isn't that vibe at all. Yeah, it's not even someone who's looking, Spirit is saying it's not someone who's going to betray you, and vice versa, because Spirit is saying it could be you or this other person. One of you wants to go slower, and there's no problem with that, because Spirit is saying you all will have a very fruitful beginning. Maybe for both of you, Spirit is saying even you may consider doing a project together or working together somehow. Maybe that is going to be the start of the deepening of your relationship, because you both have something in common, something that potentially could make you both some money. That's what Spirit is saying. Yeah. I think this 2 of Wands is coming up because, again, there's going to be a little contemplation here about how realistic is it that we are moving this quickly? How realistic is it that maybe we both are in the rapture of the beginning of this relationship and we need to take it slow? There's going to be maybe even some conversations about that. Because most certainly you love this connection. Most certainly you want to spend time with this person, but it could be one of those situations where you both at times are reflecting back on just similar relationships in the past that went really quickly but fizzled out just as quickly. Somebody's thinking about that. 9 of Wands in reverse. Someone's thinking about that. Like, I always start things out really fast and then they fizzle. Someone's thinking about that. Yeah, someone doesn't want to be manipulated. Magician in reverse. They don't want to be convinced that this is their person. They just want to know, inwardly and outwardly. So there, I would say if we were looking at challenges, that would be it. Feeling like you both are idealizing each other or idealizing the connection. That would be the challenge. But this person sees you as a Queen of Cups, regardless of gender. This person sees you as someone who's very nurturing, very caring, and vice versa. If this is them, they see you this way. If it's you, you see them this way. Very nurturing, very caring. Let's see what else, Spirit. This is going to be one of those relationships where, excuse me for a moment. This is going to be one of those relationships where you're going to have to, Spirit is saying, slow your roll. Slow it down a little bit. But Spirit is saying that it is your person, but you both need to feel comfortable with understanding this new beginning. Because it is something quite, I don't know if you can see with the reflection here, it is something that's going to turn into something that's very precious. It is a very rare relationship for the both of you. It will be. I don't think either one of you have had a complete relationship like this, one that grows and continues to evolve into something that is quite precious to both of you. Very valuable, very sacred. Yeah. So let's get the last few messages here. Let's see if we can channel this person a little bit. See if they want to give you a message. What is on their mind, their higher self, because, they're going to think you're very adorable. They really are attracted to you, but there's also something of a softness they're attracted to as well. They're going to want to know. It says, do you still think about me? But I don't think this is a past person. I think they're going to want to know if you think about them as much as they think about you. So there's going to be a little bit of like, am I tripping? Like, am I thinking about this person all the time? And they're kind of at work doing their own thing. Yeah. Also, I think this person is going to wonder if they're a little bit too, let me find that card. If they're a little bit too out there for you. Like, are they a little bit too, here it is. Because they're like, I regret my behavior. Like, I think this person has a wild side to them. Very spontaneous. I think they're going to make you laugh a lot, but they're also just going to fascinate you with how alive they are, how in their body they are, how present they are in the moment. And they're wondering if they're going to scare you away with that, because they really do want you to find joy with them. It says, I want you to enjoy your life. I think, and this, like I said, feel free to reverse this, but when you meet this person, group number 1, you may be in a more I'm not going to say you're depressed or anything like that. I just think that you're going to be in a more grounded kind of energy that feels very close to the ground. Like you may even be a little serious when you meet this person, and they're going to wake you up. Joy, in terms of happiness, in terms of joy. They may have a kind of this inner child, like really bubbly effect on you. Just how we can get into that adulting that feels very serious. This person is going to challenge that in you. They really are. Okay, anything else about this relationship before we move on? Yeah, this person, I'm going to tell you, and I can't show this card because it's like flipping off. But what I am going to say is this person, I think when you're with them, you're going to start to notice they can get in trouble, meaning they're always kind of challenging the rules. Like if you're out somewhere at a restaurant and the restaurant's like, please, wait to be seated. This person's like gonna hop on one of the, let's go eat here. Let's go sit down here. Like this person kind of breaks the little rules all the time. And you both are you're finding that we're both constantly being reprimanded in small ways. So it's kind of their way of being alive. They're not waiting for life to happen. They want to take advantage of life right now, and they want to live it to the fullest. And I think you're going to love that about this person. There's going to be a lot of magical moments you share. There's just going to be something about this person where you're going to have many stories to share later about this relationship, whether you both decide to continue on, because we're only reading your next relationship. So I can ask if this is your quote unquote forever person, but I don't know. Spirit's like, why ask that right now? It's just like, enjoy this relationship. You're going to have many stories from it. You are. I mean, stories that you're just going to end up laughing about, because this person is such a character, but they are going to make you feel alive again. And maybe vice versa. If that's more your energy, you're going to do this with them too. Make them feel alive. And it's going to be fun, this relationship. And if that's Spirit saying, for some of you, Spirit's asking, when's the last time you had a relationship that you would describe as fun? Like really, truly fun. Like amusement park fun. Even though I don't really go to amusement parks, but you know what I'm saying? Like something where you're doing a lot of belly laughs, a lot of like, and even in intimate moments, just having fun. So group number 1, that is your next relationship. If that resonated with you, can you please consider giving me a like or a comment or something else, but I would love it if you subscribe to the channel. And we're going to be moving on to group number 2 in just a few seconds. Let me clear the energies, shuffle the cards. How are you all doing? I know it's late night. This is the Midnight Tea special relationship edition. I hope you all are doing well. Thanks for joining me tonight. So I'm just shuffling the cards, clearing the energy. But let me know if it resonated, group number 1. We have group number 2 coming up in a few minutes. I'm just going to shuffle these cards and see how you all are doing. I don't know, Jazz Effects, did it sound like this was you? Sometimes that happens in some of the readings. It's like, that's exactly me. Hey, Pearl Blue, how are you? Good to see you. We are moving into group 2. So give me a chance to shuffle these cards. and clear the energy. So this is the midnight tea. We have 4 groups, and we're just going to pick our groups randomly. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Doing way better. Oh, really? Maybe that's your person. Maybe that's your person. Hold on for 1 second because I dropped 1 card, you all. There we go. Oh, yeah. Ace of Wands. We don't want to leave that one out just in case. All right. Yeah. How you doing, Pearl Blue? You never know, Jazz Effects. This might be your person. I mean, I didn't really get into. I was going to throw the cowrie shells on have you met this person yet, but your next relationship sounds broad enough that it could include people from the past. Oh, okay. Good to know. I like that. Okay. So let's switch it to group number 2. And I probably should do the timestamps. Hold on. Where am I going to write the timestamps? Okay, somewhere around here. I'll probably do it again. But people will always ask me, and I'm like, oh, I'll have to do it later. Okay, so let me take this off. And let's go to group number 2. I hope you all are doing well. Oh, that's cool that you use a number generator, Pearl Blue. Okay, cool. See, Jazz Effects? You never know. Okay, so welcome group number 2. If you chose group number 2, this is the midnight tea, and we are going to be asking Spirit about your next relationship. We're leaving it a little broad. So we're not really asking if you've met this person yet, but we are asking a little bit about them. So first we're going to kind of describe who they are. We're going to describe how they're attracted to you or what about you attracts them to you. Is that right? Okay. And then we're going to ask a few other questions. So welcome, everyone. Okay, group number 2. Who is this person? Your next relationship. And we're not asking like, are you going to get married or anything like that? We're just asking about your next relationship. This may be someone that you have met in the spring, because when I'm recording this, we're heading into fall. It is timeless though. So, or it could be someone that you will meet in the spring. Also, Spirit is saying this is someone you're going to have a lot of growth with. You're going to grow together in this particular connection. Hey, Sakura Northwest from Vancouver. Thank you for joining. We're just starting group number 2, so you're right on time. We're just describing this person and your next relationship, group number 2. This person could be in the healing profession. They could be also, if that's not so literal, this could be a person that you're going to do a lot of healing with. Because remember, I said there's going to be a lot of growth in this relationship, but there's also going to be a lot of healing. This person, I think, is part of the healing profession in some way. They may be a pharmacist. I don't know why Spirit is bringing that up. Or they do something around herbs or medicine. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention what would be the flower essence for this group. So the flower essence for this group, you all, is the vine medicine, AYA, if you know what that is, because I don't know if I could say these names on YouTube. You all let me know. But it's a psychedelic, but this is a flower essence of the psychedelic, so it's not illegal. I don't think. Anyway, if you've ever done Aya, it's really a medicine. It's a sacred medicine, which is kind of interesting, group number 2, because you got Aya. These were channeled messages, just to float back a little bit, you all. Right before we started, I had these 3 flower essences, and they were on my desk. And Spirit was like, I want to connect each one of them. I have 4 because we have 4 groups. This is Palo Santo spray. We'll use that as the 4th. But Spirit gave me some channeled messages for each group based on the medicines. So for this one is Aya. And if you don't know what Aya is, you can kind of look up AYA and you'll get the whole name. Because I'm not sure if I can say that on YouTube. But anyway, when we think of Aya, it's a medicine. It's a sacred medicine by indigenous people in Central and South America. And it's a combination of different plants. One is a vine. And so in this channeled message Spirit gave me about your next relationship, group number 2, Spirit says that it's going to be important that you look at set and setting for your relationship. There's going to be something about this relationship needing to be in an environment that's conducive to it. Because when you go to do Aya medicine, we call set and setting, meaning that you set up an intention. You set up a goal for the work you're going to do with this medicine. And so Spirit is saying, group number 2, that this relationship will be one that either needs to be very intentional or it will be one that it becomes very intentional. The things that you both do together are very, I'm hearing sacred, intentional, set maybe around more traditional things. So you both could hold some of the same traditions. You may come from the same traditions, either religiously, spiritually, or there's some traditions you both are going to form together. This relationship is one that's very different from group number 1. This one is very contemplative and grounded and very, I keep hearing the word intentional. So the last few things that Spirit said in terms of the flower essence was just to say that this relationship that you're about to have, group number 2, it's very strong medicine for both of you. You both are going to heal in a particular way with each other. Maybe one or both of you have had some kind of relationship trauma that has been very hard for you to move to the next level in terms of being more intimate with someone or really connecting with someone. And Spirit is about to say that this person you're getting ready to get involved with, your next relationship, group number 2, it is most certainly someone that you will do some very serious healing work with. Spirit said to give you a few more cards here from the Angels and Ancestors deck. Yeah, this person is a warrior, meaning this person, again, I'm getting someone who's very indigenous. They may come from an indigenous culture. I mean, indigenous cultures are everywhere. But this person, wherever you're living, this person's culture may be the original people, of that land. I hope you all get what I'm saying. Like they are the original people of that land. So you may be getting involved with someone who has a relationship to certain healing processes, group number 2. So that's what Spirit is saying. Wow, this sounds like a very deep person. Spirit is also saying to, I mean, I kind of got that your relationship was more serious, but Spirit is also saying this person can be very spontaneous too, very wild, meaning they're very connected to nature and healing processes. This could be a shaman, even though the shaman card didn't come out and Spirit did say to take one more card. This is someone who could be into shamanic practices. The moon is showing up here. So there's going to be some deeper aspects of this person that are probably not going to come through in this particular reading because you're going to have to get to know them, Spirit is saying. There's something very mysterious about this person. They could be a Scorpio, or they could just have Pluto placements that make them a little bit more. Here's what I'm hearing from Spirit. They're kind of like, they can appear very serious. Their facial features can be very serious. People look at them and they're like, oh, this is a very serious person. But when you get to know them, you're going to have access to different parts of them, group number 2. And you're going to see softer sides of them. You're going to see the healing and nurturing side of them that maybe other people don't really see, because I think they have like a more public face. And then in the relationship, they may have, you have more access to different parts of them in the relationship. So this is what Spirit is saying. Like, this is someone who can come across more serious, more grounded. Spirit says maybe stoic, but not in the way of thinking they don't have access to their emotions. Just they may be more on the quiet side when it comes to being in public. What is it that they find attractive about you? What do they find attractive about group number 2? They also find your spirituality very attractive. So there's something about the way that you connect with Spirit that they like, that they respect. They feel as if you're a very compassionate person too, and it comes out that way. You're not a person, for them, Spirit is saying, you're not a person who has to say you're compassionate. It's like you have acts. Your acts of kindness, your acts of service, they really speak to this person. This person likes how you navigate in the world. They like how you treat people of all different walks of life. They like that, Spirit is saying. They also like that you are a mystic. They love that you have this intimate relationship with God. They really do see you as some kind of spiritual person. Now, if you feel like this is flip-flopped, like how you were seeing yourself and them, it could be. But this person sees something in you, even if you don't relate to yourself as being spiritual, this person feels you are. They feel that they have a deep connection with you that way. They also very much see you as their lover. Very much. They're like very attracted to you, especially physically. Yeah, they have a very deep passion for you. For some people, this person might feel a little, how do I want to say this? This person may at times feel like their passion for you is a little ungodly. Just a little. You know what I mean? Like, they're kind of like, gosh, I mean, should I feel this way about group number 2? Because they seem so spiritual and compassionate, but they also have like a lot of physical attraction towards you. Yeah. So they're spicy. It's spicy, and they may sometimes wonder if they're going to offend you. I think that was it. They wonder sometimes if they're going to offend you with how attracted they are to you. But this person, they see you as someone who's very, it's funny because they see you as very innocent. Maybe that's what's tripping them up. They see this part of you and they're like, oh, is that okay to like have a sexual attraction towards this part because they do see some kind of element in you, group number 2, that feels childlike, feels innocent, feels pure. Even if you don't think of yourself that way, this person sees you that way. Something about the way they see you, because I think you've got to understand, because I told you before, I think they're kind of more on the shaman level, meaning I think they see into people's soul. You know what I mean? Like they see other aspects of people, aspects that sometimes people don't even see about themselves. They see something about you that, I mean, it's not like a super big conflict, but they're kind of like, ooh, wow. They can see that childlike part, and then they're like, oh, but I'm also attracted not to the child part, but they're just like, okay, I'm needing to like separate those two. Something like that. Let's ask about the past life connection. Maybe there's a past life connection that will explain what they're seeing. In a past life, one or both of you both were lovers in a past life. That's very interesting. So this is a past life lover. So that connection will be there, especially in the attraction you all have for each other physically. In a past life too, one or both of you could have been very wealthy. One or both of you. It says here that this could have been for either one or both of you, because I'm not sure. I'm not going to assume the gender of anyone in the past life connection, but the person that was wealthy ends up kind of, it says here that you die from childbirth. So either you, group number 2, or them. What else about the past life connection? That's pretty much it that's sticking out to me. It says World War age, so it could have been like you all were connected around World War One, II. That kind of past life. Not too far, but yeah. So let's talk about some possible, like, what's the relationship going to be like the first connection. Could be the first date, could be the first time you both met, or the first time you have a conversation. It's going to feel like new love. So I think there's going to be definitely some kind of physical way in which you both are drawn to each other. But it will feel like a new person has entered your life. So this is definitely going to be a new energy, this person. And Spirit is saying it's deception came in reverse. It's not going to feel like this person is wearing a mask. I think when you meet them, they are going to be very upfront about their attraction towards you. That's what Spirit is saying. There's going to be someone who's going to be like, they see you and they're like, I need to get to know you. Yeah. This may or may not be your soulmate, but it is going to be someone, Spirit is saying, that you're going to learn quite a bit being in this relationship. There's something for you, either you, both of you, one of you, to heal in this relationship. And Spirit is saying it could possibly not be your soulmate, though. This person is going to have a lot of expression, though, when it comes to you. They are not going to hold back about how they feel about you. This may be different for you. And it also is going to be different for them because they tend to be a little bit more reserved, at least publicly. But when they are in relationship with you, there's something about this relationship that really cracks them open. Maybe they had, Spirit is saying, this is very specific. They may have had relationships that failed because they weren't that expressive. So I think this person is trying to come in and be much more open about how they feel about you. That's interesting. And there, but it says, you know, one or both of you are going to feel like this could be the one. Spirit said to take a look. Yeah, there's just going to be moments that you two have together that are none like no other, Spirit is saying. The connection is so deep that way. But Spirit is also saying something. I don't know why Spirit keeps wanting me to hold these two up, because that's the dynamic of the person. They're a warrior, but they're also a healer. And Spirit is saying this relationship, most of it due to, because remember I said the flower essence is ayahuasca. So there's something about this person having a particular access to you, or you both having a particular access to each other. That's very deep. It's otherworldly, you know, psychedelic. Really. Like this person could, you both share some kind of consciousness with each other that is beyond just the surface. Okay. Let's ask something else. Ancestral guidance. What do your ancestors or spirit team want to tell you about this next relationship? Group number 2. It's going to be slightly obsessive. No lie. Devil card. Your connection, there's something about it that will feel like you both, there's something that you both share that's very intense. It's very intense. I'm not sure if I'm getting from Spirit that that's and your team, your spirit team, that it's 100% unhealthy, but there is something very intense about this connection. Yeah. I think what Spirit is saying, because Ace of Cups came out here with the Devil, I think you both, this is just a warning from your ancestors and spirit team that you both should be very careful with this connection, especially spiritually, the kinds of things that you all do with each other. They could bind each other. This is what your ancestors are saying to me. Some of the things that you both engage in spiritually, oh, I get it. This is interesting, and only take it if it resonates. But also the thing that you need to know about Aya as a medicine is when, before you're getting ready to do ceremony, you have to be abstinent. You can't engage in any kind of sexual behavior. Like usually 2 weeks before you go into ceremony, because it can, I don't know all of the reasons for it, but it can be adverse to your ceremony. And there's something here that your ancestors are saying, group number 2, because you're getting involved with someone who, and I would say both of you have pretty powerful spiritual life. And maybe you both will at times want to engage with each other while you're maybe on some kind of medicine. This is very specific, but Spirit is saying to mention it. Be very careful about how you all do things actually and spiritually together. Like, make sure you're protecting yourself. Your energies could intermingle and you both could become corded to each other in a particular kind of way that you don't want to be. And maybe we all, I don't know if I want to say we all, but many of us have had relationships that have crossed the line spiritually and actually. Do you know what I mean? And they create a kind of connection that in the end may be hard to separate from. It starts to bind you both together. So your ancestors and your guides are saying, be very careful with how you engage with each other, actually using spiritual things, like Tantra or any of the other practices. Be careful there, especially if you don't know everything that someone's into. I mean, just in general, be careful with that, because it can bind people to you. And sometimes we don't understand ourselves how powerful we are as people, as actual people. Some of us are very powerful that way. So just as you would protect yourself spiritually in other areas of life, you need to do that actually as well. Some of you, many of you in group number 2. What else are your ancestors saying? There's this relationship. It may not be, I keep hearing little hints of that. It may not be the actual last relationship you're in. There's something about it that brings that into question, but they're not really saying why. That card came out in reverse. Yeah, there's Eights of Swords. Again, it's really pointing to something about this relationship you're needing to put some kind of spiritual boundaries around it. This relationship is going to require you to do that. And maybe in some way that makes it a relationship that will not be a final for you. It's going to be an experience. And Spirit is saying it's a necessary experience for you to have, group number 2. Like, you need to heal. You need to heal something, and this relationship is going to be that thing. But you are also, maybe what you're going to need to learn from that relationship is how to protect yourself actually and spiritually. That happens. Let's go to their higher self. What does this higher self want to communicate to you of this person you're going to be in a relationship with next? What does their higher self want to say? Because maybe you haven't met them yet, but what does their higher self want to say? I see you in myself. Okay, group number 2, I'm telling you, you all have some kind of deep connection. That I don't want to scare you. It's just, it's going to be a deep connection, and you need to, I could lose myself in you. Be very careful in this relationship. Spirit says it is a necessary relationship for healing. Devil, I see myself in you. I can lose myself in you. Be aware. In fact, Spirit is just saying right now, you are going to be involved with this person. So don't think about trying to avoid it. But they're saying you should also not just go in open. You should have some means of protecting yourself and working with your ancestors, your spirit guides, to keep some sense of spiritual boundary. It's not saying this person is doing anything intentional. It's not saying you're doing anything intentional, but there's something about a past life connection you both have shared that will bring you both together in a way where it could create a bond that's very obsessive if you're not careful. Okay? That sounds like a pretty strong message. What else would they might feel about you? What is their higher self? Because this is their higher self we're communicating with. Yeah. I don't know why. The pleading man. I'm telling you. Spirit is actually saying here, and maybe I didn't get it before, you need to take it slow with this person. Take it slow. This may not be a person you want to immediately sleep with right away. You may want to test the vibe, group number 2. You may want to put some kind of boundaries there, even physically, so that you can slow it down and have it more under your control. Okay. I think that's it, group number 2. I don't know if it resonated with anyone, but if it did, please consider giving me a thumbs up. I think it sounds like a cool relationship. You're just going to have to, put some controls around it. That's all. So yeah, let me shuffle the cards and we'll move to group number 3. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, comment. I really enjoy being up late night with you all. I hope you're hanging in there because it is probably after midnight somewhere. So this is the midnight tea. We're getting ready to head into group number 3. Just shuffling the cards and clearing the energy. I felt like a card dropped, but maybe it didn't. I don't know. We will see. So I hope you all are doing well. I'm Kamara, the Black Dove Oracle. We kind of do these midnight readings. Yeah, that was kind of interesting, huh, Pearl Blue? Quiet as it's kept, people have those very intense relationships. So, just something to consider, huh? But it wasn't like one message. Spirit kept saying it over and over again. I was all like, okay. So, just shuffling the cards, and we're going to head into group number 3. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for joining me. This is the midnight tea, and we are focusing on your next relationship, group 1 and 2. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, almost done shuffling the cards. Please take a moment to like, comment, subscribe if you're inclined to do so. And yeah, we will get to group number 3 in a few seconds. Okay, and then I'll clear the air. It's kind of interesting how these flower essences are going with the readings too. I don't know, to me, I see the connection. I'm all like, whoa. Very interesting. Okay, so the flower essence, let me clear the air here with a little Palo Santo. That was a very intense reading. Okay, let's change it to group number 3. Great. Okay. Group number 3. If you're joining me just right now, clicking on the timestamp, group number 3. Before I started the live, I had channeled messages because I had these 3 medicines, psychedelic medicine flower essences that were on my desk. And Spirit said, I have a message connected to each one of these groups, including Palo Santo, which will be group number 4. So For group number 3, it was peyote, which is a cactus plant medicine, but this is just a flower essence, so it's not illegal, I don't think. So this is just a ceremonial flower essence, and if you know anything about peyote, it's a cactus, so we're just going to call it cactus medicine because I'm not sure if YouTube allows me to talk about these. But this cactus medicine is very specific to the area that I'm currently living in, which is northern New Mexico, and the indigenous groups up here. This is for some of these communities very sacred medicine, this cactus. And it takes what Spirit wanted to bring to your attention about this particular medicine is that it takes anywhere from like 10 to 30 years to mature and flower. And only after it flowers are you able to make the medicine. And so there's something here, group number 3, about how this relationship, this next relationship that's coming up for you, Spirit is channeling right now. For some of you, this is coming after maybe a long break in having a relationship. So either for you or this person, there may have been a significant amount of years between this coming relationship and their last relationship or yours. If not, there is something about there being some kind of how do I want to say, age gap between the both of you. It could be anywhere from 10 years. I don't think it's 30 years, but I think there's some significant age gap between you two. So that could be one option. It could be that you will be in this relationship anywhere from 10 to 30 years because Spirit really focused in on that 10 to 30 years. There may be something about this relationship that lasts that long, which could be for some people till the end of their lifetime. Or for some people, this is going to be a very significant part of your life that this next relationship is going to be a part of. Okay, group number 3. So that was the channeled message. It's also going to be a very sacred relationship. Something that I will say, I've never tried this medicine before, but what I do know about it is that it's very sacred to the people that it belongs to. So this relationship for you, group number 3, will be very sacred, even private, I'm hearing from Spirit. It may be more private. A lot of things about it, it may not be shared with other people in terms of this relationship. There's things that happen between the both of you that you both hold sacred to the relationship. Very interesting. Okay, so group number 3, that was the medicine, channeled message of medicine for group number 3's next relationship. Let's get into describing this person. We're going with the angels and ancestors cards here. Wow. this same card came out for the last group, but this person is a warrior. Whenever I get this card, I also think of this person as being someone who is part of a land-based community. So they could be indigenous to the land that they were born on. They could be indigenous to the land you're currently living on. So this person may come from some kind of native community. Regardless of where you are in the world, there are indigenous people original to the land, hopefully, where you live. So this person is from that land, or they're from a land where that's where their roots are. Wow. This person is very protective. They will be someone who's very protective of you, but they're also going to be someone when they meet you and form a relationship with you, group number 3, they are going to share all of who they are with you. They're not going to hold back. They're not going to hide aspects of themselves. You will know this person inside and out, I'm hearing. Yeah. There's something about this person is very interesting that Spirit wants me to point out, is that there's something about this person that I think in past relationships they have been very closed off. But when they meet you, group number 3, there is something about this relationship where they know they need to share all of who they are with you. They will be compelled, I'm hearing, by Spirit to share all of who they are. They don't want to keep any secrets from you. And maybe in past relationships they did. There was something about this person, their energy is very masculine, regardless of their gender. Their energy is very well, if you know a stag, if you've ever seen a stag, I've almost had a car collision with a stag before in Northern California when I lived there. And I was like, whoa, these things are like, to me, it felt like it was bigger than a horse, but these things are huge and they have huge antlers. I mean, you could die in a car accident with them. And so there's something about this person's energy. It's very big, very large, like very, when they walk into a room, it's almost as if they're kind of like, what's the name of that character in Harry Potter? He's like a gentle giant, but he's like big. Like when he steps into a room, he's like, whoa, like the room kind of becomes small. This person's energy could be like that, but they could physically be like that as well. A gentle giant looking, meaning very big, like definitely over 6 feet, if that's their physical nature. If it's not their physical nature, group number 3, it is most certainly their energetic nature. When they walk into a room, yeah, Hagrid, is that was his name? Thank you. Their nature is big. And it could be their personality, Spirit is saying, or it could be both, their physicality as well. Look at that. You got a warrior and a warrior. So this person, they could have some kind of military background. If not military, combat of some sort. Like they're into some kind of combat stuff. Like they're either into martial arts or they're into some kind of sword fighting. Maybe fencing. Fencing seems a little dainty for this person, even though, forgive me, don't let me offend somebody if they don't feel like fencing. But they seem like they fight with swords. Like this person, they either do some kind of martial arts or they have been low-key in some kind of military at some point in their life. They're very warrior-like. We're getting double warrior. And they're big. Their energy's big or they're physically big. Okay. What about you are they attracted to? Group number 3. What about you attracts them? What about you attracts them? The same. Hero and heroine. They see you as a divine counterpart, group number 3. They see you as, wow, I don't know if you all can see this, but there's like 2 people. One person's climbing on one part of the mountain and the other on the other part. It's like they see you as their counterpart. I wouldn't be surprised if counterpart, because I feel like these are counterpart cards. There's a feminine energy warrior as well as like a masculine. I mean, regardless of gender, their counterparts are coming out. So this person sees you equally as strong as they are, equally, even if it's just your energy, group number 3. They see you as someone who matches them quite literally. They may also see you as someone they need to protect. I'm going to tell you this right now. They may see you as someone that they feel like whoever you are, group number 3, I think your energy is big, but you may be on the smaller side. And this person is naturally going to feel like they want to protect you. Even regardless of your physicality, they feel like they need to protect you. It's interesting. They see you as their counterpart, but they also feel like their duty is to protect you. They see you as a mystic, but here's what I do want to say about this particular mystic, because this came out in another group in a different way. They see you as someone who, because they see you as a hero or a heroine to a lot of people, they see that maybe for some of you in group number 3, you may work and do some kind of spiritual work with people. You may do something that makes you a little bit more of a public figure, or you will be. Take it where it resonates. There's something about the work you do, something that makes them feel like you need protection. You may not, but I'm just saying this is how they see you. They see you as a divine. Yeah. This came out in another group. What group was that? Was it group 1? They see you as the child divine. There's something very innocent that they see about you, something very pure, something that they feel needs protection from the world. They do. And that could be their own thing. But however, regardless of how you think about it, it was group number 2. Yeah, regardless of how you think about it, they're going to feel strongly about that somehow. Maybe we'll get more into it, but they do feel strongly that they should be your protector. Not sure what's happening there yet, but hopefully that will come out. Let's go to the past life, because that might actually tell us. I think sometimes in a past life, I've had like a friend, I got like clearly between him and his mother, there was a past life where they were siblings. Like that was one of my very first downloads, like years ago. It was very interesting and strong. And yeah, I just saw that and I was all like, okay, past lives, we could have some very intense connections with people. 2 cards came out. Yeah, wow. Look at one is power. There's like a sword here. And the other one is servant. Wow. Okay. There is a past life connection that's making that protector energy come through. In a past life, I think this person was your protector before. They felt like they needed to be, because you might have been in a servant position, a position where you couldn't protect yourself. And this person felt like they needed to be there for you. That is very interesting. Wartime. They might have even been your husband, a spouse in a past life. You might have been a servant. They might have been some kind of warrior, because look, there's the sword again. Child divine and mystic both came out together in group 2 to describe the same person. Wow, did they? See, I thought I cleared the air, but you know what? It could be just that I'm tapping into the energy of, yeah, I don't know, but this feels a little different, because this person feels it could be a continuation. I'm not going to say that, because it could be a continuation, but this person feels very highly responsible for you, group number 3. You're going to feel that energy. There's something that they're going to feel like they need to guard you from. I don't know. But that is coming up as a past life thing as well. Let's go to how you all will first meet or be together. Like a first date, first conversation. What's going to happen? Healing family issues. One or both of you may have children. One or both of you may have had a divorce and children were involved. Heart-to-heart conversations. I think when you both meet, there are going to be some things that you both have to get out on the table, especially if someone has children. There's something that needs to be shared there. Not just that there are children, but there's something about the children that needs to be shared there. This person, if it's their children, they regard them as their, again, this person has a lot of, feels a lot of personal responsibility for the people that they love in their life, like a personal protector for even their children. Their children are like little angels to them, like they would never want anything to happen to them. There's something there. I think when you meet this person, either one or both of you will be calling in your soulmate. Like I said earlier with the channeled message from the medicine, this will be a longer term relationship for some of you, like anywhere from 10 to 30 years. If it's 30 years, it might just be until the end of someone's life, or it might be a very significant part of your life. This relationship is someone calling in a divine partner. It could be this person calling you in group number 3 for whatever reason, but you both might be calling each other in. Deception shows up, but I do not think it's either one of you. And I'm going to say why. Because I had this feeling that with the children showing up, there is something happening that someone has to put out on the table fairly soon into meeting you, fairly soon into the relationship starting. There is an issue that you need to be aware of, group number 3, that has to be around their children. Something. Yeah, there's going to be chemistry. But I also feel like there's some things in this relationship that come up fairly soon that may have you pulling back a little bit, because you may not be too sure how you want to handle this family relationship of theirs. There's something going on with this person family-wise, externally, that they are going to share with you. I don't think they're going to hide it, but you are going to have to decide quite early if that's something you want to be involved with. I'm going to be honest. But because I see this as a longer term relationship, for many of you, I don't think it's going to be an issue. I mean, it might be an issue because I don't want to make it sound light. For me, Spirit is not making it sound light. Like say the their ex-partner might have some kind of illness, or, there's something serious about that situation that they're going to reveal to you. Okay, let's see what your ancestors and spirit guides say. Yeah, this person, we have the Justice card here. This person may be in a legal battle for their children. That's just very specific, but it's for someone. They may be in some kind of custody for children. They may be in courts for divorce. Your ancestors are saying that this will be an emotional connection for you and for them, but you're going to grow emotionally in this relationship. There's something emotionally, you may even, Spirit is saying, lend yourself emotionally. There's a lot of emotional support you're going to be giving in this relationship. Queen of Cups. That feels like your energy. Wow. I don't know. For some of you, you may be parenting with this person over time. Okay. I mean, if this is not something you want to do, then I get from spirit, it's different for a few people, the level of involvement. But for some of you, you might be parenting with this person. Yeah, we have 6 of Cups. There is something about there is something about your emotional involvement in this relationship. It's going to be quite meaningful. I think spirit is going to, your spirit team is saying here, though, group number 3, I'm trying to hear what they want to exactly say about this, because the Magician is in the reverse, meaning there's something about the energy of this relationship and what's happening in the relationship that could unduly influence you. I'm not saying it's this person, but I'm saying the circumstances could compel you in a way. And your spirit team and your ancestors are saying, before you sign up for things, before you get really, really involved, I keep hearing, make sure that's something you want to do, especially early on. They're saying because the relationship is going to be one, if you engage in it, because the relationship is going to be one that is quite certain, that will last some time. Your spirit team and your guides are saying you can decide on how much of your involvement you're going to be in these family relationships. Heart to heart, where was that? Yeah, spirit is saying you can decide on what level of involvement you're going to be with these children or whatever the family issue is. If it's not children, it could be them caring for an older parent. Let's zoom out because we're kind of reading for a few people, but there's some family obligation they have. You will need to decide how involved you're going to get with that. And maybe in the beginning, you may feel compelled to be more involved than you need to be. This is what your spirit guides are saying. It's up to you. They're also saying it's up to you. But yeah, for some reason, it could put you in an upside down Empress energy if you're not careful. It just means that you're not as focused on the things that you need to be doing. It could take over your life. The Empress, when that energy is upright, the Empress is ruling over her queendom, the dom, in a very intentional way. That you're very aware of your leadership and the things, your responsibilities. So becoming caught up in someone else's life could leave some of your responsibilities to the side. And so your ancestors and your spirit guides are warning you of that, becoming overly consumed in this relationship that you neglect parts of your life that are very important to you, especially around work, I'm hearing, and career, and maybe some other things that are important to you. Do not give up that part of yourself. That's what I'm hearing from your guides and from your ancestors. Okay. What do they want to communicate to you? Their highest self, this person. Let me know if I've skipped something, but I think I'm going in order. What does their higher self want to communicate to you? Yeah, there's going to be it says, I regret my behavior. There's going to be parts of this person I'm trying my best to forgive. Yeah, this person, when you meet them, even though I think they're going to be very excited to be in a relationship with you, part of them will be very consumed with whatever this family situation is. And in literally group number 3, you will be sharing them with that issue, with that energy. So if that issue makes them frustrated, if that issue makes them angry or shuts down, you will be witnessing that with them. And their higher self is saying they already regret bringing you into this. They feel like when you meet them, they will still be in this energy. I don't think this is something they're going to be able to separate from, if that's even the objective. Like, I don't think this is going to be an ongoing issue in their life. Okay. I just had to hear that right. It's going to be an ongoing issue, their family issue. They are saying too, I'm done pretending. That's kind of interesting. I think in the beginning of this relationship, even though they're going to disclose to you what's happening, I think at first Spirit is saying they may not let you know just how serious this is. It's serious. I mean, you're going to get it from what they're sharing with you, but just how much this drives their life, how much of it consumes their life every day, you may not get a sense of that until a little bit later. But they will feel like they need to tell you the truth about this. And they will wonder, because you may back away for a little bit. And some of you, depending, everybody's going to be different in group 3. Some of you may take a break and say, well, let me think about this. Others of you might say, I'm not sure if this is what I'm signing. I'm not sure if I can sign up for this. And so they're going to wonder if they can see you, if they'll see you again. They'll wonder if you want to give a relationship a chance with them. But this person has said, they know, they have never met anyone like you, group number 3. It's a very odd thing for them, because they're feeling like you should have came at a different time, but you're here now, right in front of them, group number 3, and they don't want to give up on the potential of this relationship. Like, they feel like you're the person for them. And really, the cards say you all will be in a long relationship if you decide to engage with them. But in the beginning, it's a little rocky because they have things going on that they're trying to settle with an ex-partner. Let's do some other final messages, group number 3. I hope this is making sense for someone. Yeah. This person will also probably, it kind of came out sideways, but I'm feeling from Spirit, this person may also have to do a lot of finagling with their finances because of long legal battles. I don't know how much of it's going to affect your relationship, but you're going to see them. Yeah. Some things may not change right away for them, because I have a feeling if they're in a legal battle with someone, it's going to go on for a little bit. I remember talking to someone who said that their parents were in a divorce battle for like 10 years. Okay. Yeah, there is a lot of emotions happening here in this relationship as well, because you may feel the pressure of the things that are happening to them. They may go through some emotional ups and downs as well as you, because it's really going to depend on, like I said, the level of involvement of you getting involved with this person and their issues. Yeah, this is going to be 7 of Wands. It's going to be a river to cross. It's going to try you in many ways, but I think there's a strength in your relationship that keeps it, there's a certain longevity in this relationship, but Spirit is saying for some of you, you are going to feel like you were in this relationship for too long as it was. You know, the rockiness. I'm just being honest. That's what I'm hearing for some of you. You may wake up one day and be like, okay, I've been in this for 7 years and this has just been an ongoing battle with this person's ex-partner. I hope it's not that way, you all. But for some people, it might be that you wake up one day and you're like, I'm done with this. If you all can't sever this, but I have a feeling young children are involved. So most of the time with these kinds of divorces, you're probably not going to see any relief until those kids are like in high school or college. I hate to say it, but I've seen it. So for someone, Spirit is just wanting you to know that. Make sure that you are considering this relationship in terms of your own wish fulfillment, the kind of life you want to build for yourself. Is this relationship conducive to it? Does it support your goals? Does it support where you're going financially, spiritually, physically, mentally? Okay. Spirit says there might be one more card. Okay. Of course, 10 of Pentacles. So Spirit is saying for some of you, nothing is lost. This is your family. It's just going to be your family. You know what I mean? And this is the family you're going to end up with. This is a family you signed up for. So it's very interesting. There's a few of you who will make different decisions in this group number 3. But for a few of you, this is your family. These are your folks, for better or worse. These are your folks. For others of you, maybe not. It's really, Spirit is saying it is going to be based on a personal decision. But Spirit is not giving a right or a wrong. They're just saying you will decide. I'm hearing also from Spirit is going to be on the timing. It'll be on the timing. Some of you will know this is something you could handle. Others of you, you're going to be like, I think that's going to be too much. So group number 3, that is what I have. Okay. It's very interesting. But, you know, there is that 10 to 30 I can't forget from the flower essence. It was saying there's something there. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We have one more group. I need to take a moment to shuffle the cards and clear the energy. Let me know for anyone who's claiming group number 3 if that resonated at all. It may or may not, you know, you never know. I mean, if you haven't met the person yet, how will you know? But yeah, that was what I got. I'm going to take a sip of water. I feel like I'm getting dry here. So this is the Midnight Tea with the Black Dove Oracle. I'm going to shuffle the cards and we're getting ready to go into group number 4. Thank you for joining me. I know it's late. It's probably after midnight somewhere. It's not quite midnight where I'm at, but thank you for joining me. And of course, this is recorded, so it will be up under my live section on YouTube. Unless someone's doing timestamps for me, I may not get around to it until tomorrow. But I I do the banner, so you can kind of fast forward. If you see the banner, you'll see group 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're getting ready to head into group 4, just clearing the energy, shuffling the cards. My honeys. And yeah, I decided to do a couple of readings tonight because I think that'll be it. I have some personal readings I have to do tomorrow, and then I need to pack because I am moving, and I'm gonna have to, you know how moving is. You think you're on top of it until you're not. Until it's time for the truck to come and you're like, oh shoot. So yeah, I have a few things I definitely want to get into by the time the weekend is done. So hello, my honeys. Just a couple of more decks to shuffle. We are doing the midnight tea, which is a little bit more of a message from spirit, but we are focusing on your next relationship. So we are asking who this person is, why they're attracted to you, and we're asking about the first time you all connect, what that is about, the energy of the relationship. We'll get some challenges as well as some input from your spirit guides, your ancestors. And lastly, we'll try to channel that person, their highest self, see what they say. Okay. Let's clear the energy with Palo Santo. So Palo Santo will be our 4th medicine. Palo Santo is not a psychedelic like the other ones, but Palo Santo is highly protective. It's a sacred spray. It's a particular tree that has like kind of I think it has like a resin. It has a really beautiful smell to it. And because this tree has probably been over harvested, it's better to buy a spray so that, you're not buying some of the chopped down trees. I didn't do much more research on that, but Spirit is saying for the Palo Santo, in terms of like how you might want to regard it, group number 4. Let's go put it on group number 4. Spirit is saying in terms of Palo Santo, this relationship may need protecting or has a protective quality to it. Palo Santo is also very cleansing. So some people would say not to use it all the time if you're doing kind of spiritual work that's more building, because it does have a way of clears everything and everybody, you know what I mean? So it clears away energies. So if you're doing particular kind of spiritual work that's kind of bringing in a particular kind of energy, you could be clearing it away using Palo Santo. That's just one thing I heard. So there's something there about the relationship as well, group number 4, that you maybe want to be very aware of what you are trying to get rid of in the relationship and what you're trying to keep, and making sure that one is not canceling out the other. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Let's get into who this person is, this next relationship. What are their qualities? It's kind of an old soul. They're definitely someone who's very conscious. I get their energy right away. This person speaks slower with intention. They don't say a lot of things they don't mean. Everything they say, they mean. So this could be a person of very few words. They're not spontaneous that way. Yeah, they're very honorable. You can trust this person. Everybody trusts this person, actually. They might be religious. Not might, I think they actually are. Some kind of old religion. Let me go to my comments. Hey, Amor Ora. Nice to see you. We're in group number 4. We just started. Yeah, this person's very religious. They could be religious. Actually, no, I'm hearing both ways. This person may be into very ancient religion, which could really be anything. I mean, it could be that they're really into some kind of, you all let me know if I have the term right. It's, what is that called? Are they Gnostic? Coptic? I don't know. There's something I'm thinking about. Very older version of Christianity. Or they could be Druid. You know, like, I mean, like, they could literally be that from this card. Or they could worship some kind of early land-based kind of religion. Like Druids, Celts. Isn't that right? Celtic? Something like that. Or just an older version of Christianity. Or they're just like Catholic, you know? I mean, really, it could be anything. But those were what was coming up for me. So this person is religious. They have a religious practice, which also speaks to how, yeah, Gnosticism. Thank you, Butterfly, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Gnosticism. You know? I hope you all know from listening to me in these, I'm a good trivia partner. I remember like little things like this, but not always like completely. Yeah, Gnosticism. It's like an early Christianity. Taught the material world was created by an evil being. And that Christ came to earth to liberate people from the evil world. Yeah, you know, I mean, there's all of these religions kind of vary off of that, right? Thank you, Butterfly. I appreciate you. But see, look, we got the sage too. So depending on where you are in the world, this person could be, I think in India, they call the people with the dreadlocks, they call them, oh God, why is that name going to fall out of my head now? What do they call the people in India with the dreadlocks? They are some kind of sage, but they don't cut their hair. Oh, I'm forgetting. The word's probably going to pop right back into my head. But anyway, this person is like, literally, I wouldn't be surprised if the hermit came out. Like this person has some kind of like, they're very into their religious practice, which is going to make this, okay, this is your next relationship. How are you going to meet this person? They might be in a cave meditating somewhere. Hold on. One more thing. They're very wise. This person is probably a little bit older, or their energy is older. They might be Wiccan too. That just came up. They might be Wiccan. They could be, I'm really getting like they like some kind of Druid or Celtic. I don't know. For some people, that's very specific. They could be, you know, like that old European kind of religions, you know, before kings and queens, you know, I don't know. But this person is very into that. So we know they're very spiritual, very religious. Yeah, look, the White Witch came out too. So this person could be a Wiccan. I mean, they could be into like witchcraft of some sort. Green Witch, White Witch, Witch. Okay. So that's a little bit about this person. I don't know if it's a little bit. It's very consistent. There's some kind of spiritual somebody. Let's see about what they find attractive about you, group number 4, because they do. But it's kind of interesting. They see you as a teacher. They're attracted to the things that you know. They're attracted to your communication skills. They're attracted also to your wisdom. You all share something in common that you like, something that you would research, maybe like religions or old societies. Maybe you both are into like anthropology or something. They like that you are not an energy vampire. This card came out reverse vampire. But they do like that you protect your energy. Like you don't give access to everybody. And that might be across the board, group number 4. Like you are very boundaried spiritually. Like you just don't join in a lot of people's ceremonies and rituals without knowing people, without knowing what's going on, which is kind of interesting because you have this person, right? They're probably, I don't get so much that they're into like ceremony and ritual, but I imagine there's part of that because they're very religious. Oh, yeah, for some of them, they're Wiccan, I said. So, yeah. But there's something about you, group number 4, that you're like, okay, you can go do that with your friends. You guys can go and walk around the labyrinth under the full moon. I'm not going to join you. That's very interesting. They like that you have your own mind when it comes to these things. Like you are, in some ways, you keep your own boundaries spiritually. You are more of a queen energy, meaning that, you decide what it is that you're going to participate in, what you're going to contribute to. You're very much your own person, your own ruler, I'm hearing, group number 4. They like that about you. They also like that you'll investigate everything. See, like butterfly, you will investigate everything. So if someone's like, yeah, I heard that this herb does A, B, and C, you're going to be the person that's going to be like, well, let me go check that out. I'm going to check that out before I try it. You're that person. And for some reason, they feel like that is the most sexiest thing ever. Sexiest thing. They not only see you, if this is like a Wiccan person, they see you as there's something about your independence. There's something about the way that you carry yourself and your opinions. You're not easily swayed. You're not joining anyone's cult. You know what I'm saying? Like you've got your own mind around your own spiritual practices. There's something else Spirit says that they like about you. Regardless of gender, because you could be a father if you're listening to this, and you could be a father, but you could just be in that energy, meaning you watch over things. You watch over yourself. You watch over people. You kind of much more of a guiding light. They like this about you. Some kind of maturity you have, some kind of way that you relate to everybody. You're very popular too. Like people like you. It's not that you're in here creating enemies and you're not, being collaborative with people. It's just you have your own ways and people respect that. They really do like how you even show up in community. Group number 4. They like that about you. So let's see if you all have any kind of past life connection. I mean, there's some, I've been picking some for every group, but let's just see. What's the past life connection? I think in a past life, you both knew each other because you lived in the same area, a city, it says. It says that you might have been a socialite. There might have been somebody who had to work for a living. There might have been different classes between the both of you, like economic classes. One of you was kind of more of a young female. it says here, young female, young woman. This person in the past had a crush on you. That's what it says. It says in the past, you were someone this person really wanted to connect with, but always felt that you came from two different worlds. Very interesting. Because that's kind of how the energy is now. It's almost like they really admire you for the things you believe and how you show up. But I think in a way, you do seem like you're not part of the same religion that they're part of, or you're not doing things the same way that they're doing. There is that difference, and they like it. And I think it has to do with a past life they shared with you where they didn't really get a chance to connect with you because they let that difference kind of define things, but not in this life. Not in this life. This person's like, I'm gonna have group number 4 in this life, and group number 4 is gonna be with me in this life. All right, so what's next? Let's go to how you all first meet, or what's the first date gonna be like? That's gonna be interesting, huh? Well, I think you both do have a mutual attraction for each other, and there is a spark there, because this could be the one. Either one or both of you are thinking that. There is a chemistry, but there will be, for some of you, a bit of a separation shortly after you meet. I wonder why that is. Ooh, because someone in this connection doesn't feel like one person is being honest with them. That could be you, group number 4, because you seem like you want things to be very upfront. You want to know, because remember, you have this detective energy. Where is it? You want all the details. You want to know. But guess what? If someone is a Wiccan or into any other kind of ritualized belief systems, even the Gnostics, I think they're kind of got mystical, practices. I don't know if they do or not, but yeah, there could be things, like Masons. I don't know why that's coming to my mind, but you know how Masons have secret orders, secret handshakes. I think there's something there where you feel like something in this person's practice or the organization they're a part of, there's something there. You don't like the mystery. It feels deceptive to you. You want to know about everything that's going on, but you do feel you're drawn to them, but you will always wonder, what are you doing in that cauldron? What are you doing? What are you mixing up with those herbs? I'm not saying you're suspicious, but it's funny. I don't know why Spirit is saying some of you are going to want to know that you have genuine feelings for this person and you're not being compelled in some way. I don't think that's really the energy. I think you both are really just going to have to spend time getting to know each other. This says retreat here. I think you both are going to have to talk about your differences in a way that doesn't feel like one person has to betray their practices to the other, but also to make that person feel okay with knowing what they're about. And there's going to be something there. Yeah. In one way, I think some of you may have spiritual differences where one person might feel that the other person is maybe being controlled by their spiritual beliefs. There may be something there, like maybe you, maybe the other person. There's something about your spiritual beliefs, whoever's holding the stronger ones. Maybe one person feels like religion ties people down. Maybe one person is actually an atheist, while the other person has very strong spiritual beliefs. That could be a very interesting relationship, huh? That's for somebody. Atheist might be strong, but it could be that you don't really believe in a lot of things you can't see. with your eyes. Somebody in the connection. That could be a challenge, actually, that Spirit is starting to bring up. The challenge could be, for some of you, that there's a stark difference in what you all believe in when it comes to the metaphysical. Also, a challenge in this relationship is I don't think you all live near each other. There may be some travel required for this relationship. You all too might spend money differently. Yeah, that's coming out. Like, you guys may have a different relationship with money. One person likes to save and not spend so much, and another person doesn't care about that. Yeah. Ace of Swords. So Spirit is saying that's true. There may be something around money, spending money. You all live further apart, which would require money to visit each other, right? That could be a block in the relationship, a challenge. Yeah, someone will feel a little betrayed by that too. Because maybe you both agree to start this relationship and it's long distance, and you both agree how often you're going to see each other. Six of Cups, how are you going to develop this relationship and keep it going? And maybe one person feels like they just can't afford to do that all the time, or don't want to spend the money. Son of Coins, Knight of Pentacles, meaning somebody's going to be very slow to open up their wallet to keep the relationship going. And I don't mean it as in like they don't want to pay for dinner or something like that. I think it's more of like, yeah, religion, money. You're right, Butterfly. It's like there's the religion and the values are kind of like, they're not really gelling always. So there may be a huge challenge there that I think your ancestors were talking about, but let's ask your spirit guides and ancestors more specifically. That was the challenges, right? Let's ask your ancestors what they're going to say about it. Yeah, 9 of Cups. 7 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there's going to be something about this relationship. There's a real wish and a desire to connect with this person. There's something that you both do have in common. But there's also some ways in which the relationship seems like it just doesn't have a lot of options. There always seems to be something that kind of cuts it off. And right when it's starting to propel, maybe some kind of, religious belief. Yeah. You got 8 of Pentacles here. There's something about money here. And I believe Butterfly's right. It's like there's something about this person's relationship to money, your relationship to money. It's just not working. It's making Wheel of Fortune is even in reverse. It's making it feel like this relationship becomes stuck somehow. Especially when it comes to like Judgment here. Especially when it comes to how you both want to grow the relationship, how you both want to make decisions about your future together. It seems a little stagnant or becomes stagnant. In some ways, you may, or they may, or both of you may decide that you all need to kind of go your own way. But I don't know if it's like right away. I think there's a part of this relationship, your guides are saying, where the connection is very intellectual. Like you both stimulate each other. You both like each other. You both can grow and learn from each other. That part you really both love. But there's ways in which you both connect It's money, 7 of Pentacles. There's something about the money that just seems to kind of like put the brake on things. Let's go to, what do they want to communicate? Their higher self. What do they got to say about this money issue? Because what is it? I mean, I know personally myself, I can't be with anybody who's cheap. I'm all like, that's not going to work. But, and I just mean them just needing to hang on to a lot of, I'm all like, dude, I got things to do. I spend my money like that. I got things to do. I know I was a fool, but I'm truly sorry. I think this person in the relationship, they're going to feel like all of their rules around money or their attempts to kind of like hang on to money. Yeah, it seems like a past life lesson that needs to be learned, either the money or the differences. Because remember, you're right. Oh my gosh, I'm glad you remember that, butterfly, because it was, and I put the card back, but it was like the socialite and the working class person. That was the past life thing. It's showing up again, but in a different way. And it's kind of interesting. This person is going to feel so caught up in that. Either one or both of you will feel caught up in that. I hope you're doing well. I think this person is still going to check in on you. They're going to call you, those moments where they decide not to come fly out to visit you or take the train to come see you. I don't know how long distance it is, but when this person disappoints you by not coming to visit or changing the reservation, they're really going to feel sorry about it. Because in many ways, they think you're so beautiful. They feel like they have such a beautiful opportunity with you in so many ways. You're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're handsome, you're intelligent, whatever it is. And they're feeling like, wow, I'm blowing this somehow. Yeah. They think you truly are amazing and they feel like they're totally lucky. But you're right, butterfly. I think they need to heal. Yeah. And they're saying every time they see you, it makes their day. Like meaning when they are in your energy and when you both are together, it's beautiful. It's just something about them being very fearful of spending money, very fearful of some kind of lack. And, that could be anything. I don't know how, but you got to my heart. I think this person is very romantic. I think you like them because despite your frustrations with them, they seem to like soften you up. Because you genuinely feel like the issues that are between the both of you, they have to do with how they relate to money and prosperity. And that's something that we can't really help other people heal. Some people are brought up in family systems where it was always a constant struggle, right? And their family was always struggling to make things happen. And it's really hard to get rid of that kind of energy. Even when you end up being able to have everything that you need and want, you may still be in that energy and find it hard to relax around money and prosperity. I know it takes work. So let's do any final messages. Final messages. Yeah, there's going to be little bumps in this relationship, things that you kind of wound each other by saying things, or, there's just going to be, but this person really can't get enough of you. If you have some kind of social media, when they miss you, they just look at you all the time. They're very consumed by wanting to be with you. But I also feel like there are times where you both when you're sad, group number 4, from not seeing them or the separation is too much, you just really wonder if this is all worth it. So that's how this relationship's going to be. One where you're holding on to each other, trying to figure out how to make it work. Hey, Cindy. We're almost done with group number 4, but yeah, I think it's going to be one of these things where you're just deciding, is this going to work long term? But I think you all do have deep affection for each other. You really do, group number 4. It's just, I think each person in group 4 will figure out how that's going to work for them. Yeah, for sure. So you all, that is the midnight tea. 4 groups. We did it all. Past lives, spiritual messages, and I will get to the timestamps unless someone wants to help me out with that. It will probably be tomorrow. And I really love being in these midnight teas with you all. I hope the relationship one was cool. Otherwise, we'll go back to just random messages. You know what I mean? Because we could do random messages and it'll totally be fine. And let me know how the flower essence channeled messages went, because I don't know. I thought it was cool. They fit right in. So hopefully I won't get dinged for that. Thank you so much, Cindy. Okay. Thank you, Butterfly, for all your help with fact checking me. I need that fact check because I won't always remember. Okay. Take care, my honeys. I'll see you maybe Sunday because I got to pack. All right. Bye.